Hi, welcome to an installment of OcoDB Tutor. Today I'm going to take you through basically an introduction into the GoldenGate software, and I'm going to just cover what GoldenGate is and basically how to and basically just how like what are some of the internals in terms of what goes on as you are using the GoldenGate software. So again, I'm gonna start off with on a light with a little bit of humor. So just basically, when I thought of GoldenGate, I just thought of the bridge in San Francisco, and I just figured, okay, this is what vocal I'm again exactly what you see here is what that the GoldenGate technology is really all about. So these are today's bullet points. First, I'm going to cover what is the Oracle GoldenGate software and what exactly is the database replication. And next I'm going to cover why should you decide to use a GoldenGate, and basically what are the benefits and how flexible is the software, and actually what I meant to say is the usage and basically just how to use it. I'm going to cover the replication processes and the components for the different phases of GoldenGate, phase 1 and phase 2. Then I'm going to cover the notable points on the GoldenGate, basically some of the things the facts to hold on to from the tutorial. Then I'm going to cover the different deployment types that are supported in GoldenGate. Basically, I think it's about six of them, 6 or 7 of them. So I'm going to cover what those deployment types are, and then I'm going to cover the different RDBMS and operating systems that are supported in GoldenGate, and then lastly, I'm going to go over just some of the fundamental tenets for the GoldenGate software. Okay, let's get started. So basically, this is the architecture of an Oracle GoldenGate. So if you look at basically what's going on here, so basically what you have is this is the source database. This is the OLTP system. So you have the GoldenGate software, and that basically allows you to basically just replicate the transaction data from these individual database systems. And you can actually just basically just just point these to the different environments that you have. Again, these the environments that where you're performing the environments that you're performing the replication on. Those are called the target systems. So basically, these are just the different offerings that you have with GoldenGate. I'm gonna cover basically these components and these features in more details coming up. So basically, if you ask yourself, what is the Oracle GoldenGate, and what is database replication? So basically, database replication is just capturing transactional data in one database environment, and then transferring that captured data to a different database environment. And basically, the Oracle database replication technology is the GoldenGate is actually proprietary. So again, if you have to basically, that's something that only belongs to Oracle. And the current version is 12C, but the tutorial that I'm doing now is actually on GoldenGate 11G R2. And also, to use GoldenGate, you have to purchase a software license from Oracle. There is a okay. Again, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself here, but so the official name is actually Oracle GoldenGate. So GoldenGate is just one word, and that's the way that they have it in the textbook. And basically, Oracle GoldenGate actually shares some of the same features with Oracle Streams. So if you're familiar with Oracle Streams, again, it's the same offerings, right? Your replication, you're replicating data across multiple systems. But the thing is, with Oracle GoldenGate, you're able to do it with databases that are not the same. So you can have an Oracle to DB2 replication and Oracle to SQL Server replication, but with Oracle Stream you're only able to do it between different Oracle, between Oracle databases. And then also it's just a some of the data types that are in that can be captured and either Oracle Stream or GoldenGate are very different. And again, so this is where I just point out only Oracle database applications are supported in streams. And also in terms of the software, it's the GoldenGate software. So Oracle has actually made a decision that moving forward, it's only going to support the GoldenGate software, and then so it's not gonna basically, it's basically the Oracle streams is, it seems like Oracle is actually just leaving it behind per se, because basically from what I've read, the GoldenGate is gonna be is what basically Oracle is gonna continue to apply the different enhancements. So again, just again, I think Oracle is just trying to force the users to basically to transition from Oracle streams to GoldenGate. And again, so Oracle GoldenGate, from everything that I've already covered, Oracle GoldenGate actually sounds very similar to what to what you'd be doing in if you had a data guard set up. Again, data guard is just standby database technology. So again, that's just the same concept, having a a failover system. Okay. Give me 1 second, my computer just froze. Okay, there you go. Okay, so again, just delving more into the benefits and the flexibility of the GoldenGate software. Basically, GoldenGate actually supports real-time data integration and transaction data capturing. So what that means is that basically, if you have an Oracle to DB2 environment and you're working on an Oracle environment, your community transactions are going to be replicated onto the DB2 environment, in real time. And basically, that's just an offering of the GoldenGate software. So as you can see here, I just have a different example that I pointed to earlier. Again, you can have what Oracle referred to these are just heterogeneous systems. So Oracle to SQL Server, DB to the Oracle. They're just there are a number of the versions that you have to that are certified with the GoldenGate software. I'm going to cover those later on in the tutorial. So, and also with GoldenGate software, it's a very flexible technology. Basically, it supports legacy systems. So you might have companies that are just wondering, okay, we have these antiquated legacy applications and and systems that we're not sure if they can be integrated with newer technology. But the thing is, with GoldenGate software, basically it actually functions well with every type of technology. So basically that means that you'll be able to replicate either the data that's captured in the legacy system to a more current system, or basically just going back or doing the opposite. And also the GoldenGate software also supports the Java messaging service system. So you can have data that's captured basically on the Java system to another independent system, or just or vice versa. So it's very flexible. And also, GoldenGate software actually provide active migration across systems. So what that means is that you have an active to active deployment model. So basically, both systems are up and running while the migration is ongoing, and you have zero downtime for both your systems and also for the applications. And so basically, what that means is that if you experience an outage and basically that means that you have two environments where the data is not being corrupted. Then there's still data integrity. Um, and also this same model can be applied to basically when if you're working with if you're performing a upgrade operation on your systems. And also the thing about GoldenGate software is that also what it does is it provides an improvement to the performance of your system, right? So what it does is it actually uploads the traffic that's coming that's basically just being directed to one system. So because you have application that's ongoing in between systems. So if the system that's the primary system or the source database system is actually being overworked, what it's gonna do is it's gonna redirect some of its workload to the standby system. So basically that means that you would not experience any kind of downgrade in your performance because the users sessions are being serviced, in it at a decent in a not decent, but they're being serviced, and there is no basically lack of resources because you only connect to one system. Um, and then also GoldenGate software is actually again so what you're doing is you're creating a complete replica of your original system. So so this is actually perfect for a disaster recovery incident, right? So if you have basically data that's continually basically being written to a standby system, what's going to happen is that if you experience a failure on the original system, basically you have that standby system that you can basically just log into to basically just get back to what you were doing. Again, it's going to be a consistent database because again that's how the replication works with the GoldenGate software. And also what you can also have with GoldenGate software, you can also have you can have complete or partial replication modes for your data. So what that means is that basically you can have basically like you can have every transactional data just being redirected to that standby system, or you can just have you can also just have basically read only transactional data that's being redirected to that system. So you can actually just it's not going to be all data that's it doesn't have to be all data that's being transferred over to the new system to the standby system. So you can basically just parse through the different the transaction data that's going to be transferred that's going to be again transferred or shared across systems. Okay, in terms of GoldenGate software, so when you think of an enterprise, right? So what's most important for an enterprise is just being able to come up with a business intelligence data, right? Being able to create reports. But this is actually what what's perfect with GoldenGate software. So with GoldenGate software, basically what you're doing is you have, since you have a standby environment, where basically what that has all of the data that comes from the original system. What you can actually use that standby environment for is to run reports, to create reports, and to basically just use that for more of a business analysis on different aspects of your enterprise. So that, and also again, so you can have on the source database, or the original system can just be maybe more of an OLTP system, and you can have that other environment, you can configure that to be a data warehouse. where basically you're able to just amass a data over a long period of time, and then basically just do some business intelligence calculations to figure out the different trends, the different trends, again, that can influence how well you're doing in that in as a company. And so again, so if you have an OLAP system, so basically again, you're just able to just analyze the different trends and forecasts, and look at your to like see how much revenue that you should be expecting, or what type of investments you should be making. So again, so it's active replication. So basically, that environment can be used as a warehouse where you can again just refer to it for business purposes. And so in terms of the data across systems, so the data is, what you said, is synchronized data. So let's say you're a large corporation, and you have offices in the U.S., in Canada, Mexico, and India, and basically you're concerned about being having to different service in all these different locations. So actually, that's not the thing about GoldenGate is that actually takes that worry, that concern away, because with GoldenGate you're able to have you're able to just basically just offshoot. You're able to replicate your data across other GoldenGate systems, no matter where you're located. So basically, that means that you're able to basically you can if you're in the U.S. and you are and you have that's where you have the original system set up. That means that the system that you have set up in Canada is going to have the same data, and the system that you have set up in India or in Mexico it's also going to have the same system. It's also going to have the same data stored inside the system. So again, that's where the synchronization comes in. So basically, all the transaction data that's being captured is immediately being shared with the other systems that are part of that also have the GoldenGate software configuration in them. So in terms of query offload, that's another feature of GoldenGate software. So this is actually what I covered just a little bit earlier. So this is just basically you have systems that are able to basically just share the workload amongst themselves. So basically it's not basically you just have, again, so you will never have only one system doing all the work. You will have, if you have GoldenGate configured on your system, and you have a decent number of other systems that are basically also configured with GoldenGate. And so basically what that means is like the GoldenGate software is going to do the management for for the amount of activity that's going on in the original system. So that will not be, that's one of the things that the GoldenGate software, that's one of the concerns that the GoldenGate software actually tackles pretty well. And also, and this is something I also covered earlier, is that this is just the GMS service bus. Give me 1 second. So with the GMS service bus, so basically this is just, again, GMS stands for Job Message Service. This is just a message service system. So basically you would have the same, this is just the exact same thing that I just went over. So you have, it's still a system, so you have capturing of data for that system, and basically that's being shared across either other GMS systems or RDBMS systems. Basically just the systems that are certified with Oracle. That transaction data can be shared amongst those different systems. So this is just just a diagram of the GoldenGate, how the GoldenGate software works. So you just have the primary database. So this is you the client, which is issuing the different transactions to the database. And basically what you're doing is, again, instantly as you commit your transactions, that information is being transferred over to the standby database, which also has the GoldenGate software installed in it. And then basically you have the different users who are able to, again, just view that information immediately, or you can also just back up that information into, to tape or to drive. And also, this is just a diagram also of the Java message service the Java message service system. So basically, again, this is just what the API looks like inside. So I just want to point this out because I thought it was interesting that Oracle really emphasized just this capability. So and again, so you just have again you have the sort of the sender, you have the receiving aspect of the JMS configuration, and then you just have the message that's in between. So this is actually a better picture of what the GoldenGate software offers. So again, you just have the capture process here, and basically information is being sent to the it's actually just traveling, basically getting to the source database, the source system, the target system, and basically it goes to the JMS service bus, and then that can be just again be transferred to another system, whether that be a RDBMS system or just another JMS system. So this is how the JMS system looks like internally for the GoldenGate software. So this is a diagram of the GoldenGate replication process and components. Again, the phase one is basically the operations that are in the source database, and the phase two is that operations that are on the target database. So and basically what you have is this is just a database. You have the video logs. Video logs information is being captured by the being sort of brought in, or just are being held or just captured by the extract process. Because I didn't know how to phrase it, but then again, so in terms of the GoldenGate software, you have these two fundamental processes, and then you have two fundamental components, and then you have these different processes. So capture is a component, and apply is a component, and then the replica is a process, and the extract is a process. So that's what I was struggling. So again, so you have the extract process, which is part of the capture component. Basically, performing the data, the transaction data capturing for community data, and then that information just being sent to in the form of a trail file, just being sent over to the part which actually performs the transfer to the across the network. So I'm going to cover these in more details in the upcoming slides. Basically, when it gets to the target system, basically you just have that information. Basically, you can unpack those files. You can you can do it multiple ways. You can issue some SQL statements. You can also issue some GoldenGate statements. Command line statements. Okay. So basically, with GoldenGate replication process and components for phase one. So basically, what you're dealing with is basically just a reminder. This is phase one is for the source database. So basically, this terminology here, you have source database, that's the origin database, and the target database is the replicated database. And then the GoldenGate software, is actually just, it operates at the database level. So basically, it would be is integrating into the source database. So again, the capture is just a software component, as I've already mentioned. And basically, what it does is it actually it has two modes that it operates in. It has integrated and it has classic mode. I'm gonna cover those two, you know, in a little bit. And also, as I've already said, it also stores the extract process, which, as you can see, is actually what basically all of the directing you know, the data, the transmitting of data is actually being forwarded to. So I'm gonna cover what the extract process is in a little bit. So okay, there you go. So extract process basically, again, it's found this on this little database, and what it does is basically, as I've already told you, so only the committed transactional data is being captured by the extract process. So that means that you have database consistency, you have data integrity as well. So basically, you can actually filter the data that's being captured all the way to the row level. So that means that you can actually put the information. You know, you can actually go put in a work clause to you know, if you basically be able to specify which data you want to have extract process captured, you know, exactly. So and basically what happens is with the extract process is that basically, as you can see, it's gonna with the transaction data that is capturing, is going to forward that information over to the source. It's going to basically forward information to the trail files, and then it's going to be eventually just it's going to be sent to a queue, and the queue is basically sort of like a waiting environment where basically you can where basically, you know, the transaction data is getting ready to be shipped or to be transferred over to the target system. So that's what a queue is, and basically the extract process actually prepares the transaction data, and, you know, puts it in the file in the trail files, and basically gets it ready for the to be sent to the queue, where it's going to be transferred over to the target database system. So again, just the classic capture is the basically what it only applies to the classic capture technology only applies to the GoldenGate softwares versions, you know, 11.2 versions that okay, let me okay, it only applies to GoldenGate software versions that below that are up to 11.2.1.0.1 and below. And also in this, and again the same thing with the database versioning. It only applies to versions 11.2.0.3 and below. So again, you have a again, just don't think of GoldenGate software as a database. They're individual components in the replication process. So basically, just be mindful that this is the name for the technology. The test capture is the name for the technology that applies to this version of GoldenGate software and below. And for the database, this database version, and also in database version that are below this versioning. So basically, how the extract process works. Basically, if you look at the diagram that I showed you earlier, so when you have the transactional data that's in the redo logs being sent to the extract process, what it's going to do is it's going to parse through those redo logs, and what it's going to do is so this again, this is what this diagram is for. So you have a like a bidirectional arrow. So this extract process actually basically just scouring through the redo logs and looking for transactional data, and looking for specifically committed transactional data. And so basically what it does after that is it's going to format that data according to the information, the table information that we receive from the database. So basically it's just gonna, again, so the database is gonna basically just give the instruction to the extract process on how to on how to prepare that to the transaction data to be for the transfer. So let me, and then what the extract process does is it actually filters. It transforms, and it maps out the data. Basically, there's one thing that I should have had on this picture is you have this very important file called the GoldenGate extract parameter file, and basically, so it's gonna this file actually contains instruction on how to actually do the function that I just mentioned. Basically, it's gonna tell the extract process what to do, what type of filtering you should do, what type of information you should carry out for transaction data that it found, and also how to map out that data. And basically that parameter file is actually going to be it's a GoldenGate software component. So it's going to be just right here in this system. And basically you have again, so once it's actually done with mapping out the data, basically what's going to happen is that the changes that that have been recorded are going to be they're going to be kept into memory. So, and basically then you're going to have the trail files that are going to be generated, and then those trail files can then be sent to transferred over to the basically if you have a single target system, or you have a multiple target system, basically that's where the trail file will be sent, and then the trail file will just use the pump process. If you look at the diagram again, so basically the trail files are generated after the extract process receives keeps that some of the details into memory, and then basically creates the trail files that are then basically forward over to the extract process, to the pump process. I mean, again, so these are, again, if you look at basically just the different components. So you have basically, again, so you just have the extract component, or the capture component, and I would actually just advise you to use extract for the first one. And if the second one, this probably is very this one is definitely confusing, but this is just, you should only say pump. This is a pump process. It's also called a data pump, but it's not, again, basically, but the thing is, when you hear data pump, just don't think of the feature, the export dump and the import dump. That's not what this is about. This is a completely separate process inside. That's only inside of the GoldenGate software. And also in terms of the network, some of the things you can actually do with the network in terms of transferring data, you can basically just create encryptions for your network. You can, and basically you can also apply different compression techniques or methods for your data. Okay, and basically, and once you have a trail file, again, it's just going to be transferred to the target system with a point process. And also in terms of the different other processes that are part of the source database system, you also have a checkpoint process, also basically just called checkpoints. And basically these are used to restart or to start the extract process in case there's a failure. So if anything happens along the way, and you are not able to completely get the right data, and the extract process fails, the checkpoint is actually the checkpoints are generated when they are successful, when the extract process occurs successfully. So basically, if an extract process fails, then it's going to rely on that checkpoint to be able to restart that process again, and to actually get it to complete next time. So and also you have event logs that are kept inside of the source database, and basically they actually just have information on the different the different events, the different some notable things that happen inside the doing the extract doing the extract process, carrying out the different operations that I've mentioned, and also basically again you'll be able to refer to it to find out what exactly went on and why exactly the extract process failed. And also what I've all these the two modes that I highlighted earlier, the classic and the integrated mode. So I just covered the classic mode. I'm going to cover the integrated mode, integrated capture mode. So basically, again, so with integrated capture, this is a newer technology, and it only applies to GoldenGate software. Basically versions 11.2.1.0.1 and up, and also for Orchid Database version 11.2.0.3 and up. So that's the difference between the integrated capture and the classic capture. And basically again, also it's not just the name, but it's different technology that's involved in these two modes. So with the integrated capture, basically there was a new process that was actually introduced. It's the log mining server, not process, but more of a component. The log mining server is actually stored on the source database system, and basically what this mining server is just more of a number of background processes basically that are running inside of GoldenGate software, and basically and the accumulation of these processes is referred to as the log mining server. And basically the log mining server is actually responsible for parsing through the redo logs, if you can remember. So this is a capture. This is what capture did. In capture, the extract process actually mined through the redo logs, but now the log mining server, which is actually on the database system, is responsible for the mining for the committed redo logs, the committed transaction data inside the redo logs. And basically what happens is that again, so the log mining server is going to create the logs for the committed transaction data that it found, and basically and then the extract process is going to come in. So as before, so the extract process is going to perform the filtering and the transformation, and also the mapping of the data. Again, it's going to receive information from basically the GoldenGate, the same extract parameter file that I pointed out earlier. And basically after that, the trail files are then going to be generated. So basically integrated capture mode basically you just have a log mining server. The extract process is still doing the filtering, and basically you still have a trail file, and you still have the pump process. So and again, so once you have the trail files, then basically you can those files can actually be transferred over to again, the trail files contain transaction data, and that data can be transferred over to a single or to multiple target systems to the use of the pump process. And then, so these are just the advantages of using an integrated capture mode. Again, with the newer GoldenGate software, with a newer GoldenGate software version, and also a newer Orchid Database version. Basically, the log mining server is actually basically again is stored on the source database. So this is just a picture of where the log mining is actually located inside the source database, inside of the source on the source system. So it's on the database server. And basically, the benefits of using the log mining server is basically you're able to capture more data types. And basically, if you're able to capture more data types, then basically that means that you're able to better, sort of reflect, um, reflect on the state of it, of the data, of the system, of the source database. Basically, with the information that's being transferred over to the target database. And also, another neat feature with the log mine survey is that basically what it does is it actually, for data types that are not supported, it's actually going to capture the column values for those column values, and it's still going to transfer that information over to the target system. And then again, that on the target system, that's for the sort of the translation is going to take place for those data types that cannot be initially basically sort of figured out. And again, so the prompt process, basically what it is it's just also it doesn't only just send the trail files. It's not only responsible for sending the trail file, but also what it does is it also ensures that you have recoverability. So if anything happens along this way where basically the trail files cannot be sent, so the data pump is actually just going to be able to sort of be there for the to recover anything that fell along the way. So again, remember the data pump is the final destination for all those trail files before the transfer takes place. Again, failures do occur, so just be mindful of this architecture in terms of resolving the failures that you experience. Okay, I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna pick it up next time on just the phase 2 of the database replication using the GoldenGate software. Thank you so much for watching.